Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing a single player playthrough on 1.1, yes. So, if you went here last time, we had gotten quite a bit done on the radio control units factory. We got most of the siding on, as well as we got the base complete as well, which looks rather nice. We did a really nice job on that so that it reflects the light off of the base, which looks really good, so... yeah, pretty happy with the way the factory's looking so far. So today we're going to be finishing it so that next time we can work on the Supercomputer's factory. So anyway, today's plan is going to be finishing up this factory, doing the rest of the blueprints and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's go. Alrighty then, and here we are going to be, like I said, finishing up this factory. I'm really going to be happy to finish this one up, so that we can move on to the next one. The Supercomputer's factory is going to be very... I already have a plan in mind for that one. It's going to be very interesting, but we'll get started on that on the Friday's episode, of course. Let's go ahead and jump down here and do a little bit of a flyby. So yeah, basically, I have... I know last time I had run out of... I ran out of ideas to do for the top section of this, but... I was looking at this factory today before I got started recording here, and I was just like, I was trying to rack my brain for some ideas and whatnot, and I think I finally found an idea. I actually had the idea last time, I just dismissed it, essentially. I didn't really put any stock into it, so. But yes, I'm going to be finishing this factory in a very simple way. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these blueprints that I've already put down. I'm going to make some new ones, of course. We're going to take this blueprint and we're just going to flip it upside down, basically. Now, of course, I can't do that because I don't have any mods or anything. We don't have no infinite nudge or that other mod that allows you to create blueprints and then take those blueprints and basically flip them upside down. I actually kind of like that mod because it allows you to do some pretty cool things, and infinite nudge actually does that. Maybe it was infinite nudge. I don't think so though. I don't have no idea. Gosh, it's been over a year since we've had mods on Satisfactory, so not since update 8. Because we got update 8's game done and then we gave Satisfactory a break while we waited for 1.0 to come out. And then once 1.0 came out, then we moved on to playing 1.0, and that's we still have yet to finish this game. This is, so for those who are, just joining the channel now, yeah, we have yet to finish a game of Satisfactory since 1.0 came out. And this is because we've been building factories like these kind of factories. So we got circuit boards factory here, this big box looking computer looking thing. We got computer factory, which oddly enough looks like kind of like a hotel. Like a beachfront hotel, and then we've got adaptive control unit factory there with the little pods, and then we got high-speed connectors way over there with the weird looking airplane hangar style green thingy-majig, and then we've got what is it? We've got AI limiters and then electromagnetic control rods in those two buildings there. And then we've got crystal oscillators right there, and this factory is our radio control units. I'd say one of our more elaborate ones, I guess you could say. Of course, nothing's going to be more elaborate than our supercharger factory, which makes cooling systems. Yeah, that was that factory over there is going to be very hard to top, but I do plan on doing it with the turbo motors factory, so... the turbo motors factory, that's going to be a very interesting one, but we need high-speed computers, and once we get high-speed computers done, then that opens the door for the assembly directory systems as well. I think, can't we make the what are they called? Magnetic field generators, that's it. Can't we make those? We can, yep. Because we have electromagnetic control rods. Oh, I need to be careful about electromagnetic control rods as well. Whoop, autosave. when you got as much as I have going on in my game. Oh, we're not using them. Okay, good. Whew. I thought we were using them for some reason. Yeah, I could have swore we were gonna... Oh, we're gonna use them on supercomputers, aren't we? As well. Because we're using the Superstate Computer Factory. To the one that's going to be using batteries. And of course, people are going, why are you gonna do that one? That's a stupid one. It's like, yeah, it is kind of stupid. I agree. It's a little bit crazy of a blueprint, but I'm primarily doing it just to give me an excuse to build a battery factory. So, you know, that's kind of how that goes. But yeah, we've gotten a lot of new members recently. So it's like, well, you know, we'll explain a few things. And I know people have been asking for tours of the build and stuff like that, that we've done so far. Let me let you guys on in a little bit of a future video that is going to be planned eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen, because it really depends on how fast we build factories. The next build tour that we did one at 600 hours. We are past 1,000 hours on this save now. However, I'm not going to do the build tour until we finish phase 4. As soon as I click the switch to go into phase 5, we're immediately going to do a build tour video. I mean, obviously it's not going to come out that quickly, but I'm going to take a week, and I'm going to take a week and put it together. Maybe not even that, but maybe a few days. When we'll throw a really awesome video together, kind of like the last one, just, you know, more obviously, and we'll take that and we'll turn that into a build tour. That way we can build tour at the end of phase 4, starting into phase 5. So anyway, enough of my ramblings. Let me show you what we're going to be doing. So we're going to take this blueprint here that we've already made, which is going to be very, very easy, and we're just going to rotate it essentially. Now I will be fixing this. This little centerpiece does need to be fixed here. I think. Yeah, it does. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and take these particular pieces here. And then obviously these have got to go right here. And just remove those. Okay. Yeah, because we need the other angle to be perfect. Because this, what we just deleted is no longer the outside. This is going to be the outside. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take all of our blueprints, basically, just basically build them in reverse, essentially, so that we can put them down. So grab ourselves a painted beam here. And we're going to go to the middle of that. I think it's to the middle of this. I think it's how I did it. Hold on, let me put it in freeform mode. There we go. Okay. Let me just take that and hit the H key. Oh. That does not look like the build, does it? Hold on. Hold on. I have an idea. I has an idea. Blueprints. And it's gonna be... I have so many freaking blueprints. This is a very blueprint heavy build. Very blueprint heavy. There's a lot of blueprints just everywhere. And that's also partially why my game lags so damn much. Is because when you get... Oh, that's... It's not the right one. But when you get so many blueprints going, especially all in one area, they get very crazy very quickly. Well, the lag gets very crazy very quickly, we'll say. Blueprints. Must have been 2 that I did. Let's see. No, it has to be 3. I don't know which, because I don't freaking name these correctly. Well, you can't really name them too much anyway. Can't put too much info. Okay, that's definitely not it. Blueprints. It must have been later then that I did the single piece. Maybe 6? Yeah, 6. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this blueprint down next to this one for the moment. And we'll see if that's the right angle. It's just like, that looks way too skewed to be the right angle. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so think I remember how it goes then. So it must go autosave freeze. I love that. I love that you could just get used to that. It's crazy. Yeah, if your game goes pretty hard on the object limit, the game eventually, the autosave starts to freeze essentially. Okay. 4 down. Okay, there we go. That still doesn't look like the angle, does it? Why doesn't that look like the angle? Interesting. Yes, indubitably. Did I go to the center? Was it here or here? Oh, no. Maybe it went up one. Yeah, I actually don't know how I built those now all of a sudden. Does that look like the angle? That still doesn't look like the angle. Is it up even higher? Does that look like the angle? No. I think I know what I did. It's like a half. Okay, that's probably the closest we're gonna get. I guess there is one other thing I could do. So what I need to do is I needed to load 6, was it? Yeah. Load blueprint 6. I mean, we could just skip the whole trying to make it perfect thing. Blueprint. Oh. And people would go, why don't you have your blueprints organized? And I'm just like, well, because every time I have them organized, they stay organized for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, my blueprints just unorganize themselves all into the the unnamed category. It's just like, well, what's the point then? If it just keeps unorganizing itself after a little bit, it's like there's no point in organizing it. It was somewhat organized at one point, and then I just kind of give up. Okay. So what we'll do then? Well, I guess what we could do is follow, because all we need is the angle, right? We don't have to make it. Yeah, I don't have to make it perfect on the other end. I just need the angle so that we can make that work. No! Damn it. You know, just by watching me, you wouldn't realize that I played this game for almost 4,000 hours. And I know because I always get a lot of comments, telling me about trivial things that I've known, but I forgot, or, that I just don't do. Like, you could do this. And I'm just like, yes, I know. I'm just stupid. I forget. When you played that long, you tend to forget the simple things. And you see that a lot. One of the people I definitely see it with is with, if you guys ever heard of Gaming with Doc, he is a really awesome Satisfactory YouTuber. You can definitely go watch him. Yeah, I've seen it a lot with him. He'll forget stuff as well. Like simple things, and I'm just like, letting him know, be like, hey, you should do this, and it's just like, oh yes, of course. Completely forgot that existed. Some of the things you just tend to forget after a while. It's like, well, what do you do then, Oh. Damn. Really close. Okay, perfect. Yep, and then we just go boop, boop, boop. Run it up. And yeah, I'm definitely not saying don't comment trivial things. Definitely, always. Like I'm always telling people, you know, it's just like, well, you know, you might already know this, but it's like, nope, comment it. Because not everybody knows that, you know, those type of things. Because, you know, not everybody's going to know that. Anything, really. I mean, there's simple tricks that not everybody knows. It's one of those things. And I don't mind it at all. Definitely not. Always telling people, it's just like, yeah, share the info. Somebody out, even if I know it, somebody out there's not going to. It's one of those type of situations. Okay, so it was... I can just go over here. Give me that. Hopefully these are the right color. I'm pretty sure they are. And then we'll just run that up to there. Oh, interesting. For some reason that's 9.5. Oh. I know why that's 9.5. Is it still going to be okay? Yeah. So in order to kind of match those up, I had raised this up like here. You can see there's like a half one there, roughly. It's about halfway up to match those angles up on the inside. I mean, not that I really needed to do that, but yeah, I completely forgot I did that. So now we got a blueprints. It might actually still work just fine. Ooh, the lights are going to be screwed though. It doesn't matter if it's lower or higher. I'd rather have it higher anyway. Yeah, I'm actually okay with this. The lights, well, actually, since it's going to go all the way across anyway, then there's no point in me removing the lights because it's going to go all the way across. So yeah, that's actually going to be okay. All right. So yeah, that's actually, that actually works just fine. And it's actually nicer because it's much higher. We don't, you know, interrupt anything. But yeah, so I'm just going to take this angle and then go backwards and up. And then we're just going to basically do all of that around here. So, and let me make some blueprints and put them together. And, or make some blueprints at the very least, and then we can put them together, of course. Alrighty, and after a fair bit of time, we've got our blueprints ready to go. So this is the top half of the blueprint. Obviously, we're just continuing the same design. It's not exactly perfect as the bottom side, but I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. I am okay with that. I don't know if I don't know if I should have ran a beam across the top here. I don't know. But this is what it looks like when it's all together. Which, you know, looks pretty good. I actually like the shape of it. The shape of it's actually really cool. It gives a very... I don't know what you call it. Like a... It gives a very, like, futuristic factory style of a building. Very futuristic factory style. No windows. It actually looks really cool, though. I'm very happy with it. And like I said, we do the mold method. You know, we start off with an idea of a factory, and then we build upon that idea, and we keep building upon it. We change it however we like, just to get it to where it needs to be, and then eventually our factory turns out to be something we can be proud of. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I am. You know, I'm pretty pleased with most of the factories. There's one factory there's two factories on this entire world that I am very unhappy with, but I don't have time to go back and fix them right now anyway. That is the aluminum factory, not because of the production, but because of the outside of the building. The outside of the building looks okay. It needs more oomph. It really does. And then the one I'm really, really unhappy with, and again, not because of the production, because of the way the building looks, is the screw factory. The screw factory I made to look like a giant bucket of screws, somewhat. But the main issue that I did not do anything with it is it's literally just a flat paneled bucket. I mean, like I could have done much better with it, but I just did not have. Again, it's one of those situations where I just did not have the time to really go after it and make it look good. Okay, so I think I got the blueprint for this. I believe it's 9. Yeah. Yeah, because this side of the building is a little bit different. Oh, I didn't make it for the other side. No. Okay, so we got to make an 11. All right, let's do that then. All right, I need to make an 11th one. Oh, and I got to get rid of these foundations. Yeah, this blueprint, like I said, this blueprint looks really good. I'm, you know, pretty damn happy with it. I think it's going to look really good once it's finished. But yeah, like I said, next factory is going to be supercomputers. And the supercomputers are going to go right in the middle of this grasslands loop. So if we go up here, if we fly up here with all of our lag, if we fly up here, roughly around that area is going to be, or maybe over here, maybe we'll put it there on top of that land bit, but somewhere around there is going to be our supercomputer factory. It's going to be right in the middle, and it's going to be the tallest thing. You're going to be able to see this tower from pretty much anywhere on the map. I know we don't need very many manufacturers to make supercomputers, but the manufacturers are going to be at the top of the tower. They're going to be at the very, very top in a circular pattern at the very top. And if you can probably guess what the shape is going to be, if it's a circular pattern, it's way up in the air, a very skinny tower, only bringing an elevator and some belts up to the top. What do you think the shape is going to be? Well, actually, it's not going to be it's not going to be a circular pattern. I'm actually going to do, it's going to be kind of circular. It's not good. Well, I got two choices, whether to be circular or not. That's why I'm having a hard time being like, well, maybe it is going to be circular. And it's like, no, it's not going to be circular. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to load up. Oh, come on, game. You can do it. Load up 9. Okay, and this is how we're going to make this blueprint. So we're going to load up 9, and then we're going to go blueprints 8. And this is where blueprints really shine, I guess you could say, if you could put them inside of the blueprinter, is I can make more blueprints with other blueprints, essentially. So I've got blueprint number 9 right here inside the loaded up in the blueprinter, and I just placed number 8 because we need an opposite side piece that works with that. Then what I can do is I can just go in here. I don't want to remove. No, I don't want to select more. Select less. There we go. And then we can just straight up remove all this. Sure, we can select it all. Beep, beep, beep. As long as you build your blueprints in the middle of the blueprinter, that is also true. I think I got most of it selected. I always miss a few. There's so many overlapping pieces. Yeah, then we just take that and we're good, and then we go, okay. Let me just... There we go. Okay, so this one, that one ends there. Well, it's going to be overlapping, so we don't need that. All right. Then we save this as... Come on, game. There you go. You can do it. It's like, you can do it. You can do it. Alright. Then we take that one. Number 11, and then we can go ahead and place this. Yeah, very fancy. I think once we get it all enclosed, it'll look much better on the inside. Like, more of the light will be spread around. It's kind of how Lumen works somewhat, I guess you could say. There we go. Look at that. Oh, I guess we did need that extra piece. Hold on. I just seen it. There's going to be a gap there if I don't fill that in. I shouldn't have removed it. Alright, and go back down here. Ooh. PC is a struggling. There we go. Yeah, my PC's holding in there. I got a few threads left. Just gotta hope this PC lasts me another couple years, and then maybe we can move on to buying a more modernized version. That's something else we'll do. I took the idea from somebody else, but it's just like one of these times we're gonna go back for like a celebration, maybe like a 2000 celebration or something. We're gonna go back to my very first Satisfactory video. We're gonna watch it. It's like it doesn't sound pleasant, but I think, you know, being able to go back there and seeing how much I've improved will definitely be a lot of fun. Yep, and it wasn't all that long ago, so I know, or I remember a lot of it, and I just I cringe at the thought. It's like, ooh. But if it gets too boring, we'll just speed it up to 2 times, you know? Like how some people watch my content. I have been told that. It's like, yeah, I like to watch your content, but I like to watch it at like 2 times speed. And it's just like, hey, you're watching it. That's all that, all that matters. I don't mind. Or it's like, I like to watch your content in the background of me doing other things. It's like, cool. I'm glad I'm entertaining enough to be able to be in the background. It's like, hey, you, stop what you're doing. Look at the screen. That's gonna set some people off. I guarantee. What the? I should just do that just randomly, just one time, just scream or something, just something that grabs your attention, or if you're trying to sleep. Are you trying to sleep right now? Maybe. You wake up, wake up. You will have dreams of factories tonight. Oh gosh, when I first played this game, that reminds me. When I first played this game and I really got into it, I was doing like 2 games at the same time. I was literally dreaming of Satisfactory. I had literal dreams about building my factories. And then I'd wake up and go, oh, we gotta do that. We gotta do this. Uh-oh. Audio cut out. Okay, now we're good. Usually when the audio cuts out like that, I get a little worried. Yeah, we haven't had a crash in Satisfactory in a while, and that's just because I upped the U object limit. I didn't up it too high. I only went to, it goes from 2.1 million to 5 million, so. Yeah, it's like I didn't go too crazily high, like some people will go like 100 million or something. It's just something crazy. Alrighty, well, that's the corners done. I would fill in these, but I'm too lazy. Okay, so basically all we got to do is finish the roofing portion, get these corners covered up. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to take this wall like this. I think I might even take it to here. I'm just going to take this wall. Yeah, well, it will have a gap in the wall here. Actually, let's do it like this. So we at least, let's see the railing here. There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to take this wall and go right here and just go all the way across. There's going to be an empty space, I know, an empty cavity, but I'm not too worried about it. I will have to put up some corner pieces and whatnot, but yeah, we'll get these walls finished. I do need to, what I might do is I might either I'll take these to the wall, maybe I'll take these to the wall, and then we'll just put in some beam connectors to make it look like it's connected to the wall there. But yeah, get this finished up so we can get to moving on to our supercomputer factory. Alrighty then, so I finally got the last little bit of detail added into this factory. I actually added in some lights as well all the way down here, so it doesn't really light up the floor all too much at all, as you can see. It's mostly because it's yellow, of course. But yeah, we got all that, and then we've got these walls in place as well to kind of block off that cavity, and as well as I got the lights extended to this, so it looks like they're attached to the wall on the very ends to help support it, of course. And as well as you can see up there on top of the building, we've got even more lights. So at nighttime, it's going to light up the windows at the very top, kind of like the circuit board factory does, which is very, very cool as well. So the next thing we're going to do, just real quick, I know we're at the end of our episode. We're going to wait for this train to go by, and then we're going to put down a train to go over to the to take the radio control units over to the what's it called, the pressure conversion cubes. That's it. Over to the pressure conversion cubes factory. We've already been over there once, but we're gonna go over there again because I want to make sure that the factory actually works. Okay, there we go. And what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to back up so that we're blocking off this. Yep. That, okay. It's like, so that train can't, go into this block here. And this is our very first radio. Maybe we'll just call it the radio train. Yeah, I think we'll just call it the radio train. So, radio unit train. Yeah, that'll work. Our radio unit train 1. Then we're just gonna hit enter to save that, and do that. So then radio control unit factory export, and then radio control unit. Radio C unit import pressure conversion cubes. Okay, I need to eventually rename that, but yep, there we go. Save changes. Okay, so did I mark this factory on the map? I think I did. Yeah, using 20 out of 40. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and repaint the train. And then we're going to hold the F key over the train to avoid that bug we usually get. Okay, then we're just going to turn on self-driving. Okay, train switches direction. It's going to pull into the station here. We're going to grab a full load of radio control. You see the entire factory is backed up, by the way, so... It's like, yeah, this is a pretty good time to grab a full train. Watch, we're gonna get bumped. Because these blocks are exact, that train's gonna bump us. Boop. I think it bumped us, I'm not sure. Our brakes are too good to be moved, of course. Alright, we've got our radio control units. Now we'll head off to our factory. This is going to be a long ride, by the way. Of course, I'm not going to show it all, probably, because it's going to take way too long. You know what, as well, I would like a first-person mode for all the vehicles, I think. This is a first-person game, first-person mode game, so... But yeah, we should definitely have a first-person mode for all the vehicles, I think. Gonna hide the HUD so we can see all our beautiful laggy factories as we make our way. Once we get out of this area, I think it'll probably smooth up a little bit. Or it'll get worse. Yep. It's like, or it'll get worse. Of course, my CPU is max, so that's why we get all this lag, as I usually say. I'm sure people are tired of hearing that by now. Be like, well, we know. It's like, yeah, but also there's tons more people that have joined the channel. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Yep, there's our supercharger factory, as some people have called it. That is our cooling system factory, the one that makes cooling systems. Oh yeah, look at all the lag, or look at all the potato graphics on some of those cliffs. Yep. And we're probably going to take the one way by the yeah, my PC's not having a good time. But we're probably going to take the one way that goes by that SAM node, I bet. Alrighty, well, it's taking too long, so yep, we will see you when we get close. So I'm just going to, you know, I'm not going to record any further. Here we are. And of course now we get a whole bunch of lag. Oh yeah. You know, the game was playing fine until I decided to start recording again. Here we are at our pressure conversion cubes factory, dropping off the very first set of radio control units. Of course, we're going to be emptying the train entirely over here. But yeah, I'm just going to hop out. Yeah, the very first bit of radio control units is going to be dropped off. Did I not repaint these? But I did. Yeah, they still look the same. Okay, so I did repaint these, alright. Oh, did I not set this to unload? Uh-oh. Alright, stop the presses. Turn off self-driving. Yep, stop the freaking presses, man. Mistakes were made. Okay, there we are. Okay, we'll see what happens once this gets done here. Once we get unloaded, our radio control unit, or our pressure conversion cubes are going to start being made. Next station. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to turn on self-driving. Okay, that way the train can now go and do its thing. Alright, so pressure conversion cube factory. Yep, look at that. Beautiful. Our factories are running. We have pressure conversion cubes, I think. I hope. Maybe. Hello? Pressure conversion cubes? Please? Interesting. No, they haven't even made yet. Look how slow those are. Yeah, that's right. I didn't overclock any of these. And there's a reason. It's because our fused modular frames, which is that factory just next to us, doesn't make very many, so... Hey, there they go. See if they make it over here. Yep, there they go. Yeah. Alright, and they're being uploaded. We have pressure conversion cubes in the dimensional depot. Heck yeah. This factory, for those who don't know, this factory has been sitting and waiting for radio control units for many months. I mean, we're talking like 3 or 4 months, maybe. Somebody could probably go and check that, I'm sure. I'm just pulling that number out of my butt, but yeah. It has been sitting and waiting for radio control units for many months. So hooray! Pressure conversion cube factory is now up and running as well. This means we're actually ready, technically, to make a nuclear pasta factory, because we have the copper powder factory already done, and we have a pressure conversion cube factory completed. It is now running, so we are really pretty much ready for that. Now, however, we do got a little ways to go. We need to make a supercomputer factory, and we need to make a turbo motor factory, which supercomputers, other than the batteries, because we're going to be using the super state computer, that one's ready to go. And if we were doing the normal one, we'd be ready to make it right now. Or ready to start making them right now. But yeah, we're going to, just for the excuse to build a battery factory, we're going to do super state computer. Plus we're using all of our AI limiters pretty much. And then we need a turbo motor factory. All right, turbo motor factory. Turbo motor factory. This one would be the turbo pressure motor would be very interesting to go for. And of course, we've also got the turbo electric motor and then the normal turbo motor. The normal turbo motor uses our cooling system factory because we don't have anything using cooling systems right now. So if we open that in Codex real quick, turbo motor, thermal proportion rockets are going to be using cooling systems as well. So we might think about, well, depending on how many cooling systems we're making and how many we're going to use on thermal proportion rockets, we might think about using the cooling, or taking out the cooling systems out of the turbo motor recipe, which I'd be totally fine with, and going for something like turbo pressure motor or turbo electric motor. Of course, we don't have too many electromagnetic control rods being made, so that one is probably out, but we could do this one, I think. No, wait, we're using all of our stators, aren't we? Yeah, I think we're using all of our stators currently. And we can check the map real quick. It's a bit of a backup. Wait a minute. I know where that's at. There's a bit of a backup. Let's see. Stator factory, yeah. Well, no, actually. 190 out of 300. Which one did we max out before? No, we're good. Rotor factory as well, we're good. Alright, so turbo motor. Come on, game. There we go. Turbo pressure motor would be a really good one, but we're using most of our pressure conversion cubes already. So that one's... So we have to use radio control units no matter what. We might be going with the standard. But But I guess it depends on how many radio control units are being made in the recipe as a whole. Whether we use this one or this one. This one's out. We can't be using our electromagnetic control rods because we're going to be using them for the super state computer recipes. So we're going to be either this one or this one, one of these two. We'll decide that next time, though. However, unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode, so we're going to have to go ahead and call it here. So like I said, next time, which is going to be the Friday episode at the end of the week, we're going to get started, or at least make an attempt to get started on our supercomputer factory. We get the supercomputer factory started next time, and then we can work on that next week, as well as get working on the battery factory as well, because that'll be next after that. And then after the supercomputer factory is up and running, then all we have left is then we'll have 3 out of the 4 for phase 4 basically ready for those factories to be made, essentially. So yeah, we still got a little bit of work to do, but we are getting closer, so very awesome for us. But yeah, like I said, that is going to be it for this episode, so I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see on your screen right now. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.